Hi guys. Today's not gonna be an ASMR video. It's gonna be a chit chat mukbang because I'm trendy, but like really like trendy. So I got a $5 nacho fry box from Taco Bell because Taco Bell is my Lord and Savior, and then I got a watermelon icy freeze thing. I like these, but they used to be cooler when they had the little, like, I don't know, candy bits that were like seeds. Those were delicious, and they don't have that anymore, so I was disappointed. So my first story is gonna include Taco Bell because I love Taco Bell, but they're kind of stupid. You know what I mean? So on the 4th of July, I went to Taco Bell and I ordered through the app thing. And I ordered the same box, but with the Supreme taco, like the soft taco, because I don't like the crunchy tacos. And I got the box and I'm already driving home and the soft taco's not in there. It's a crunchy taco. And like normally I'm fine with that. But, like I paid 50 cents extra for it, and I'm a college student now who doesn't have money just to throw around. You know what I mean? Like that 50 cents could have bought me like a gumball. You know what yeah. So, I was a little peeved. Um, these are the nacho fries. I love these. I love when they come back. I'm sad when they leave. So, I'll do like a little ASMR like with the food part, but like other than that, I'm kind of gonna talk regular because I'm not feeling it today. I'm just kind of like I'm kind of tired. I freaking love these. They make me so happy. So the other times, like if I go to Taco Bell through the drive-thru, like it's pretty like solid. Like when I ask to like change something, they stay on it. But like the other day, or it was like a month ago, like 2 months ago, we went into Taco Bell and we ordered like the little kiosk thing right there by the door. I don't know, but I was like, oh, these look cool. I want to do that. And so we ordered there, and I changed the taco again. And this was just like a regular taco, and it wasn't 50 cents extra, but I was like, I'm inside, like, I'm gonna ask for the other taco. And I told them, and they fixed it for me, but I was like, I don't know. I feel like if I'm doing it like on a kiosk thing, like I'm telling you exactly what I want. Like there shouldn't be like any like, she says she wants this, but like, I'm gonna give her this. Like, that's not, no. No. And then like, every time I order on the kiosk, and they give me my box, they don't ever give me the drink with it. Like I have to remind them like, oh, this comes with the drink, like I need my drink. And I don't know why I need to do that. Like I don't know if that's just me being like a uptight ass or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But like if you know the box comes with a drink and you hand me the box without a drink, you should be like, maybe she didn't get a drink. Maybe I should ask her or be like, oh, here's your drink. Like, I don't know, because this has happened multiple times. Every time I go to that Taco Bell, I have to tell them, like, oh, I need my drink. So, but whatever. I want my camera to focus on the fry, not me. There we go. That's some good stuff. Oh, no. The fry. Yes. Look at that. Delicious. Okay. So let me tell you guys a story about what happened at work. I'm not going to say where I work or, like, who this girl was, but she was really trying me. So, at my work, they kind of like me, and, like, my supervisor was like, if we're not around, like, can you get some of the new people to, like, I kind of spit. Can you get some of the new people to, like, keep on task and, like, do things and not just sit there? Because, like, if you sit there, you can either, like, lose your job or, like, you'll get cut for the day, and it's like, why would you want that? So I asked this girl, I was like, hey, I'm gonna call her, like, Cynthia or something. I have no idea what her name is, but so I tell Cynthia, I'm like, hey, would you do me a favor? Can you go out front and go sleep? Like, it's right in front of, like, where, like the bar is. I don't know how to explain that, but, like, right in front of us. And she rolls her eyes at me. She does, like, a thing, you know? And I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm like, I don't really know her. Maybe she's just having a bad day. Like, I don't want to say anything. I don't want to cause problems. Like, that's not me. Like, I like my job. And so I'm like, whatever. I'm not going to say anything. And then later on, I asked her, I was like, hey, I was like, can you stock the waters? And she rolls her eyes again. And I was like, okay. I saw that time. I know I saw eye rolling twice now. So now she's really getting crazy. That's fine. So it gets slow later on. And I go up to her because she's, like, at the icing machine, and I'm like, hey, and it's like, it's in front of everyone. I didn't corner her or anything, but I was like, hey, I was like, I just want to let you know, like, I've seen, like, you eye rolling at me a few times, and, like, you know, and she, like, cut me off, and she's like, I have never rolled my eyes at anyone here while I worked here ever. And I was like, okay. I was like, that's fine. I was like, I saw it. And, like, in my head, I'm like, I saw it. Like, I know I did. Like, don't lie. But I was like, okay, that's fine. Like, whatever. Like, I'm not going to argue with her. And then I tell her, I was like, well, I just wanted to let you know that, like, when we asked you to do things, because this even happened with my friend, because I had been telling him about it, like, she'd been rolling her eyes, and he was like, yeah, she did that at me, too. So I was like, I just want to let you know that, like, when we ask you to do things, it's just so, like, you can, like, keep your job, so that way you look like you know what you're doing, and you don't just stand there, because, like, you know, you can lose your job, and, like, they'll let you go, because new employees, you have 3 months, and after the 3 months, you're, like, an official hire on, but before that, they can cut you at any time they want, like, let go anytime they want without reason. So I told her that, and she, like, snapped at me, and she was like, I have never had attitude towards anyone here ever. If I did have attitude, you would know. And I was like, in my head, I'm like, this feels like attitude. I don't know about y'all, but that felt like attitude. And I'll admit that, like, sometimes, like my tone of voice, I can sound like an ass, like I have, like, I don't know what the word is, but, like, I just sound like I have attitude. But, like, I know, like, when I'm at work, I can't have that voice, because, like, I can get in trouble for that. So I was very, like, sure to be like, hey, like, happy about it, and she just, like, snapped at me, and I was like, okay, I see it, I feel it, that's fine. So I left her alone, and I was like, whatever. I was like, if she doesn't want help, then she can lose her job. Like, that's none of my problem. Like, I have secured my job. Like, I'm good. And I was like, but I know she hasn't. She doesn't hit her 3 months until, like, October, I think. So, I'm fine. But, But later on, she was getting cashed out by a supervisor, and I heard her talking to him about it. And she was like, I don't know, it was like Sarah or something. And I was like, first of all, I don't know how you read Sierra as Sarah. Like, did you forget the I or what? Where did the extra A come from? And I was like, none of my problem. You don't know how to read. But I walked by, I didn't pay attention, I didn't say anything. I was like, whatever, like, if it plays out, it plays out. So then later on, she's gone, and the same supervisor that she was talking to comes up to me, and he's like, hey, he's like, are you having problems with another coworker? Like, and I'm like, no. And I explained to him everything, and I was like, I don't have a problem with her, I just wanted to let her know. I was like, because I don't want her to, like, get in trouble for having an attitude, especially because, like, some of the managers, they don't take any attitude at all from anyone. So I was like, I just wanted to let her know, just to, like, kind of cool it with the whole eye rolling thing. And he was like, yeah, okay. He's like, that's what I thought. He's like, I'm not on either one of your sides, I'm kind of staying neutral. I just wanted to let you know that she's in with, like, talking to the managers right now. And he was like, so they might call you up to talk. And I was like, that's good, I hope they call me up to talk so I can explain to them. Because I was like, what is she even doing up there? Like, snitching on herself? I was like, I did nothing wrong. She's the one with all the attitude. I'm just trying to help a homegirl out. But go ahead, speak to the manager, see how far it gets you. But one of my other supervisors, she went up to the office because I already told her about it before this. And I was like, I just want to let you know, like, she's got a problem. And that supervisor, she was up with the managers and she explained everything to them. And she was like, it was all that girl. I did nothing wrong. And I was like, thank you, because I'm fine talking to those managers, because I'm like, I know exactly what I did. I can tell you, like, what happened, the attitudes, like, everything. But whatever. Homegirl want to get messy, that's fine. I'll just remember this when she comes in next year as a guest, not an employee, because she got fired. But that just really, like, I don't know. And I just don't get what her problem is, because she's done this to one of the guys in the kitchen. He's really nice, and he's nice to everyone. Like, he's like a big teddy bear to me. He's so cool. And she asked him to get nachos for her. And so there's a nacho station in the kitchen, and then the nacho station in the front bar. People in front typically get the nachos themselves because it's not that hard. It's press a button, put a bag of chips in the tray, and you're good. But he said that he asked her, he's like, can you go get the nachos yourself? They're down there. And she rolled her eyes at him. And I was like, for what? I was like, her job is literally go get the nachos. I was like, that's not your job. Your job is to cook food. I was like, you've got all these orders. You don't need to worry about a little tray of nachos. And, like, oh, another thing. I told her, because she was like, I can help the next person. And I was like, hey, no, we don't say person. We say guest. Because it's more professional and the managers like that. And she goes, again. And I was like, okay, say person. Continue to say person. See how long you keep your damn job. But so I think this is like the 5-layer burrito. I'm not entirely sure. But it's my favorite. The best bites are like the one with the sour cream. Because it's just like, Ew. That was so gross. I'm so sorry. I had a piece of freaking meat stuck like right here and it wouldn't come out. I'm doing it again. Okay. Let's see. Oh, this other guy. Okay, 2 stories. The first one is about this guy. He came in yesterday, and we had these little cups, and they're just for employees, or they come with a tray. And he was like, "Can I get 2 of like 3 of 2? I don't know." He's like 2 or 3 of those cups. And I was like, "Unfortunately, I can't give those to you, sir." I was like, "You have to be an employee, or you have to buy one of the trays." And he's like, "Well, I've got one of those before." And I was like, "No, there's no way you've got one of those before unless you bought them." But I was like, "No." I was like, "I can only give you like a little Dixie cup." And I was like, "That's the only thing I can give you without having to pay for it." And he didn't say anything about the cups after that. Like, he got quiet, and I was like, "Oh, so maybe he doesn't want the cups anymore. That's fine." So I was like, "That's fine, whatever." Like, if he doesn't want the cups, that's one less thing I have to worry about. So then I turn around after I finish this transaction. I turn around and I'm like organizing things on the counter, and okay, so my phone stopped recording halfway through, so hopefully I can edit that to fix it, or else I'm gonna be really sad. Because I don't have to post the first half. I don't have to post it in like 2, I guess. I don't know. I'll figure this out. But back to the story I was saying. So let me just restate what was going on. So, the guy came up. He asked about these cups, and I was like, "Unfortunately, those are just for employees, and it comes with a kids tray." And he was like, "Well, that was before." And I was like, in my head, I'm like, "No, you haven't, sir." Excuse me. So I was like, "No." It's like, "The only thing I can give you is like a little Dixie cup." And he was like, "Well, no," he didn't say anything. And I was like, "Okay." I was like, "Well, then he doesn't want the cups anymore. That's fine." I was like, "I'm just gonna let him be." So I turned around and I organized things on the counter, and then I turned back around and he's still staying there with his wife. And I'm like, "Oh," I was like, "They must have been like getting themselves situated with all the stuff they bought or whatever, you know." And he was like, "My cups?" And I was like, "Okay." And I was like, "How many did you want, sir?" And he didn't answer me. So when I ask people a quantity and they don't tell me how many they want, I just hand them one because I'm petty like that. I don't know. So I hand him 1 cup, and he was like, "I need more than this." And I was like, "Well, how many did you want, sir?" And he's like, "I want 2 more." So I'm like, "Okay." So I grabbed the 2 cups, and as I'm turning back around to hand them to him, he tells his wife, he's like, "Cups means plural." And I'm like, I look at him and I go, "I'm sorry, sir. You didn't tell me a quantity when I asked you, so I just gave you 1 because I assumed. I'm sorry about that." And he got all quiet and left. And I was like, "Do you think I am stupid? I know cups means plural, but you must be stupid for not answering a simple question. How many would you like? Are you deaf? Like, how many would you like?" But whatever. That was some really good breathing. I hope my number 1 fan appreciates that. I'm sure he's gonna nut to that one. Ooh. So let me tell you about the other story. So on I think it was like Friday. Yeah, I think it was Friday. We had an earthquake. And I was there at the time of the earthquake. I was working, but I was off, so I was just sitting in the break room talking to some of like my coworkers. And we all felt it. It was like really cool, kind of scary, but like it was interesting because it never happened before. Like I'd never felt one. But so the day after, which is Saturday, I'm working again, and someone calls, and so I pick up the phone, and she was like, "Hi, I was wondering if I could get a refund because I left during the earthquake, so I didn't get to finish. Like, can I get a refund?" And so I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Let me put you on hold. I'll speak to a manager." And so, my manager walks out of this room into like the room I'm in, and I tell her, and she's like, "Oh, well, tell her we were just issuing refunds at the time of the event, or like right after, but we're not doing them today." So I said, "Okay." So I get back on the phone with the lady, and I tell her exactly what my manager said. And she goes, "So you mean to tell me that because I didn't want to endanger my family, my children, in a crumbling building, I can't get my refund back?" I was like, "No, ma'am." I was like, "That's not what anyone said at all. Like, I didn't say you to stay in the building. I'm just saying you could leave the building, but after when it's safe to come back, you can come back and get your refund. But no one said you had to stay inside." And she's like, "Well, that just sounds ridiculous. Let me speak to your manager." And I'm like, "Okay." Because I know the same manager's going to talk to her, the one that just told me that. And the manager's going to... I'm going to kill myself. Period. So, I was like, whatever. Like, she really got crazy with me. And she's like, "That sounds ridiculous." And I was like, "It sounds ridiculous that you think you're so stupid you have to stay in a building to get refunds. No one told you that. You should have called yesterday when it was, like, more relevant." I don't know. So, another thing that happened was, I just thought of it. Oh my god, I'm gonna remember in a minute. Oh, I just remembered right now. So, I asked this lady, this family come in, and they asked for tickets, and I asked them, I was like, "Would you like to sit towards the screen, the middle, or the top?" So it's like the screen's right here, and you could sit the very front, the lowest level, the middle, and then the top. And I asked them, and the husband goes, "The middle." And the wife was like, "Is that lower?" And I'm like, "I'm sorry," because I'm like, it seriously did not didn't process what lower, like, she was talking about. And I was like, "Does she mean, like, the end seats or, like, middle?" I was like, "That's all I can think of." And I was like, "I'm sorry?" And she's like, "The lower." And I'm like, I don't understand. And she goes, "Never mind then, never mind, whatever." Like, rolls her eyes all attitudey, and I'm like, "Okay, sorry you didn't want to explain yourself. Like, that's fine." So I give them their tickets, and the wife looks at them, and she's like, "So these are select seating?" I'm like, "Yes." And she's like, "So we got to pick where we sit?" And I'm like, "Yeah, your husband said the middle. He would like to sit in the middle." And she's like, "Oh, well, that's what I was referring to when I said lower." And I'm like, "Oh," I'm like, "Well, I asked your husband if he would like to sit towards the screen, the middle, or the top, and your husband said the middle, so that's not the lower." And she was like, "Whatever." And she, like, rolls her eyes again and leaves. And I'm like, I don't... Like, why are you gonna have an attitude and then be all upset about something and then not, like, try to explain yourself and, like, what you don't understand? if you have a question about something, then like ask it so I can help you, because that's literally my job to explain what this is. But I can't explain if you don't like tell me like, oh, this is my concern, but like how do I fix it, you know? Well, the next day I was working again, but I wasn't working in the box office. I was working in the front concessions. And I asked the husband a question. I swear this was the same family. Because I asked the husband if he would like a different cup or something. And she comes around like behind him and she says, I don't know what she said, but the way like her tone of voice and like the way she questioned me, I was like, it's the same lady from yesterday. The one that got on my ass about the lower thing. Because like I felt it in my soul. She was back. Okay, anyways, guys, I think I'm gonna end my mukbang chit chat with me, because I be watching The Office before they take it off of Netflix. So I'm gonna finish my food and watch that, and hopefully figure out how the heck to do this whole video thing, put two together, because that messed me up. Period. So I'll see you guys later for my next food adventure. So bye, guys.